Thank you, Congressman. Actually, he didn't want to hold the mic because us Hispanics speak with our hands. So the mic will be going on like this. So, but I'll try and temper myself and hold the mic here where it can help me some. First of all, I'd like to thank those responsible for giving state and local law enforcement a voice on the national level to really tell the truth of what is happening on the border and what is not happening. Um, when I first read the McCaffrey report, I was really shocked. It was 800 some pages. And I confess I did not read the whole thing, but I read the abstracts and I was really shocked. One of the things that concerned me a lot was that us on the border, we were never contacted to give our opinion and to give them firsthand testimony as to what is really happening. A lot of it was based on hearsay.
Can I interrupt? I'm
Yes,
sorry.
absolutely.
I did ask both generals questions, and one of the questions I asked them was how many witnesses, like you said. I said, how many witnesses did you talk to? They couldn't even remember. Then I asked them, did you talk to anybody on the border? Did you talk to, the sheriffs on the border, the police on the borders? And they said, oh, yeah, we did talk to somebody in Austin, Texas. I said, okay. I said, well, that's something. But the sheriff is right. Nobody was talked to on the border.
Thank you. That is true. That's what concerned me the most about the particular program. But I can tell you this, and I've been in law enforcement business nearly 40 years. 25 of those years have been on the border as a head of several drug task forces, one being a federal task force, and I've been the sheriff there. I'm ending my second term. And I can tell you that Hidalgo County, which is the county that I represent, has never been safer than it is today. In the last 5 years, violent crime has literally dropped 54 points. Last year alone, we take 1 year in comparison to the year prior, we dropped 43%. And a lot of that, in my opinion, is due to the infusion of all the DHS folks who we have a great working relationship with. And I think that's one of the reasons that we have been able to stem the horrendous things that are occurring in Mexico right at the border. Now, we cannot deny that some horrible things are occurring over there, unprecedented. They've never occurred before. But the key is it's happening over there. Nonetheless, we cannot stick our heads in the sand and just ignore it and say, well, it's happening over there and it's never going to come over. Because by experience, I can tell you that is not true. Just 3 weeks ago, one of my deputies was shot, and 3 times by a cartel member, and I can actually say that was the first spillover violence case that I can say yes, it is. Because my stance has always been, we have not met DHS's definition of spillover violence, even though it's a matter of semantics, because everybody's got a definition for it. But nonetheless, we had not met the one that we are following, except for this particular incident. And I got that phone call that every chief of police and every sheriff in the United States dreads to get. When your kids are out partying and you get that phone call, first thing that comes to your mind, God, what did my kid do? Well, all of mine are already grown and married and off. What I worry about now is my deputies who are out there every night. And the phone rings, first thing I think is one of my deputies hurt. And I got that phone call at 8 o'clock on Sunday evening. And I had one of my deputies that was shot 3 times by a cartel member. The action that occurred in my county was subsequent to a violent confrontation that occurred in Mexico. And that's what defines it as a spillover violence. But nonetheless, one in thousands of occurrences is not a bad deal. And I think the success that we have met in keeping violence across the border is the good working relationship that we have with all the federal agencies, the real-time information and intelligence that we get from our joint operation intelligence centers, and our cooperative initiatives that we go out on a daily basis. Now, not only is crime down, but most definitely All right. One of the things that I'm really excited about is the Americans Job Act, where $5 billion have been designated for first responder and police employment. Now, we're killing two birds with one stone here. Not only are we creating jobs, but we're giving the first responders and the police more boots on the ground, which actually that's what we need. And as I tried to explain to Secretary Napolitano this morning, and she was very receptive, is that once you have that surge of police presence, then you've got to be able to maintain it. Once you maintain that surge, that's when you're able to say, well, look, we have found success because we've been able to lower the crime rate and kept it this way. We're not showing the police presence and then pulling out. We cannot do that. And that's what I'm really excited about, and that's what we're going to attempt to educate and I guess lobby. Maybe I should use that word, but try and get this thing passed. But I think it is a very good thing. And I think that's pretty much what I wanted to say. Yeah, I'd like to say something too. So again, thank you so much for giving us this platform where we're able to speak on a national level on something that is really true. The border is not in chaos, and it's no such thing as battle on the border, and we're not at ground zero. As a matter of fact, anybody would like to go down there, I'll take you to the best Mexican food restaurant in Hidalgo County. You have a good time.
You gonna hold it for me?
Thank you. I will.